Inspection. Routine inspections are required as part of all organized respiratory protection programs. The Scott Air Pack must be inspected when you first receive it and as part of your regular inspection schedule. A respirator that is kept for emergency use but not routinely used should be inspected at least monthly. All respirators should be inspected after each use. With a bit of practice, an operational inspection of the air pack can be performed quickly and easily. Now, let's go over this again to see how it's done. To start, carefully inspect the complete SCBA for worn or aging rubber parts, worn or frayed harness webbing, or damaged components. Cylinders hydrostatically tested after the original manufacturing hydrotest will have a label epoxied to the cylinder next to the DOT MFG label. Always check to make sure the hydrostatic test is within the 3-year requirement. Inspect the cylinder for dents or damage to the composite overwrap. Cylinders that show damage or exposure to heat or flame should be removed from service and drained of compressed air. Paint that has turned brown or black, charred or missing decals, melted pressure indicators, or distorted elastomeric bumpers all indicate exposure to high heat or flame. Check the cylinder pressure indicator to make sure it's full. If it is not full, either recharge the cylinder or replace the cylinder with one that is fully charged. Check to make sure the reducer hose coupling is hand-tightened to the cylinder valve outlet. Next, make sure the regulator's purge valve, the red knob, is closed with its pointer turned to 12 o'clock. Press and release the regulator's air saver switch to prevent the flow of air from the regulator. Now slowly open the cylinder valve by rotating the valve until it stops, then backing off 1/4 turn. As you open the valve, listen for the VibraAlert alarm as demonstrated here. This indicates the low-pressure alarm system is operational. Check the remote indicator again to verify that you have a fully charged cylinder. To check that your mask-mounted regulator is working correctly, hold the facepiece with the regulator attached to your face to effect a secure seal. Then inhale sharply to start the flow of air. Breathe normally to be sure your regulator is operating properly. Then remove the facepiece. The air should flow freely. Stop the airflow by pressing the regulator's air saver switch. When you rotate the red purge valve counterclockwise, air should, once again, flow freely from the regulator. Stop the airflow by returning the purge valve's pointer to the 12 o'clock position. Now close the cylinder valve by turning the valve clockwise. When it's fully closed, vent the residual air pressure from the system by opening the red purge valve until the VibraAlert activates. Then close the red purge knob. The bell alarm will also begin to activate as the pressure drops below approximately 1200 psi. After the bell and VibraAlert alarms activate, open the purge knob until the airflow stops completely. Return the red purge knob to the fully closed 12 o'clock position. Scott warrants the entire air pack to be free from defects in workmanship and material for a period of 8 years. The pressure reducer is warranted for 15 years from the date of original manufacture. Further information regarding this warranty is available to personnel properly trained in specialist level repair. If during inspection, use, or cleaning, or at any other time, a discrepancy is noted, take the respirator out of service, tag, and give the unit to damage control for disposition, which could include returning the unit to the manufacturer. Donning. The Scott Air Pack is designed for quick, simple donning. There are 2 ways to don the air pack: over the head and coat style. Whichever method you use, there are several things that you need to do before donning the air pack. First, check the cylinder pressure indicator to be certain the cylinder is fully charged. If it's not, replace it with a full cylinder. Make sure the cylinder is firmly locked into position by the cylinder band and the retention assembly. Then fully extend the shoulder straps and waist belt. Always be sure there's enough room overhead and behind you to don the air pack without bumping into bulkheads, the overhead, or nearby personnel or equipment. To don over the head, place the SCBA on the deck in front of you with your arms extended through the shoulder harnesses. The unit should be resting on the cylinder's dome, and while kneeling on one knee, grasp the sides of the SCBA's back frame. Leaning slightly forward and with your hands firmly grasping the back frame, swing the respirator straight up and over your head. While slightly bending, slide the SCBA onto your back, making sure the shoulder straps fall into place over your shoulders. Pull down on the side straps and stand up as you adjust the harness to fit your body. Then connect the waist belt and adjust it by pulling forward on the two side-mounted belt ends. Now you can readjust the shoulder straps to ensure that the weight of the unit rests on your hips and not on your shoulders. To check for proper fit, you should be able to extend your arms over your head with little or no restrictions. To don the SCBA coat style, position the unit in front of you with the cylinder facing you. Then grasp the inside edge of each shoulder strap and swing the air pack up and onto your back. Bend slightly and then pull down on each harness strap to secure it to your body. Connect the waist belt buckle and pull forward on the two belt ends until you have a secure but comfortable fit. If necessary, you should now readjust the shoulder straps to ensure that the weight rests on your hips and not on your shoulders. Next, press and release the air saver switch. And then, as you open the cylinder valve, you will hear the VibraAlert activate and stop. Look at the remote pressure indicator to again make sure you have a fully charged cylinder. Before donning the facepiece, make sure it's the size for which you have been fit tested. The AV2000 is available in 3 sizes, each with color-coded seals. Black is standard, green is small, and red is extra large. To don the facepiece, make sure the harness straps are adjusted to the full outward position. While holding the facepiece in one hand, pull the head harness out of the way and insert your chin into the chin cup. Then pull the head harness over your head, making sure the straps are flat against your head and neck. Now tighten the neck straps by pulling the 2 lower strap ends toward the back of your head. Adjust the temple straps by pulling the upper strap ends toward the back of your head, making sure you don't over-tighten them. Remember that in donning the facepiece, you should have a comfortable fit with no leakage around the face seal. If you detect leakage, you should try to retighten the head harness or consider a different size facepiece. Remove the regulator from the belt-mounted holder and insert it into the facepiece with the red purge valve at 12 o'clock. As viewed from inside the facepiece, give the regulator a quick quarter-turn counterclockwise until it locks into place. You can start the airflow by inhaling sharply. Every entry into a contaminated or unknown atmosphere should be planned well. Make sure you have enough air to enter, carry out your required tasks, and then exit to a safe breathing area. While inside a contaminated environment, periodically check your remote indicator. If the VibraAlert or bell alarm activates, immediately return to a safe breathing area and determine the cause of the alarm. Doffing the air pack. To doff the SCBA, first leave the contaminated area, making sure respiratory protection is no longer required. Pull back on the regulator's thumb latch. Press and release the air saver switch, and then rotate the regulator so the red purge valve is at 12 o'clock. Remove the regulator. To doff the facepiece, loosen the buckle release levers on the neck and temple straps, and then lift the facepiece away from your face and up and over your head. Close the cylinder valve and release the residual air in the system by opening the red purge valve. Changing cylinder.